The first time I saw the campus it was incredible. There's volleyball nets and colorful umbrellas, and you see people walking their dogs. It feels kind of like a playground, a big playground.
The atmosphere around Google is definitely very eccentric, but also very academic.
At Google, we actually do have the ability to make more of an impact on people and more of a change in 1 year than many people do in their lifetimes.
It's an environment in which very few limitations are placed on where your mind can be during the day.
You're gonna all start on your teams this week, and some great advice is to not be afraid to fail, but we want to flip that around a little bit and say don't be afraid to succeed.
My name is Matthew Malone. I'm a graduate intern here at Google in consumer operations this summer. I have a background as an infantry officer in the Army. I thought leading people directly on the ground as a combat leader would provide the greatest leadership challenge. And then I switched over to working in intelligence. That's where I really started to fall in love with technology.
My name is Paola Correa. I go to the University of Miami and I study advertising and marketing. When I was little, I used to collect ads. I used to get a kick out of going to different places and seeing how the same message would impact differently and would look differently.
My name is Kim Day. I'm from Melbourne, Florida. I'm studying physics and computer science at the Florida Institute of Technology. I grew up on the Space Coast in Florida, and I always grew up watching the shuttles take off from the Kennedy Space Center. And I knew that I really wanted to work with technology and be able to be on the cutting edge.
My name is Florian Koenigsberger, and I'm from New York City. Google as a company was attractive to me because they are a tech company that spans so much more than that. There isn't a place that Google is not.
I'm Grant Oakley. I'm from Spokane, Washington. Just the process of coding is actually surprisingly fun. You kind of get like this epic win at the end of the day. You like, throw up the arms in celebration. It's exciting to work at Google because unlike a lot of software companies, I use Google products every day. That's pretty exciting.
So we're headed upstairs.
I've always thought of work as work.
This is going to be your desk, right here.
At Google, it's completely different. At Google, I was extremely excited to start at work. Like, I could barely sleep the first night.
Yeah, my inbox has already been exploding.
How many? Yeah, 45. 45 emails for your first day is pretty good.
I'm working in the online help center, and my project is part of an effort that will completely change the way Google is reaching out to consumers and helping them with Google products.
Our help centers are not just the US, but we have them in 40 plus languages. So we have to think about how we're going to manage that complexity.
From your first day as a Googler intern, you're treated as a regular employee.
Don't presume that just because you're an intern as such that you're not a member of the team.
One usually expects as a new person to be at the bottom of the knowledge totem pole. The fact that I'm not is an illustration of how much responsibility is given to us as interns across the board.
Paula?
How are you?
Doing good. I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you.
I worked with a couple interns last year, and every intern that I've seen come on has just exuded googliness.
I'll get the hang of it eventually.
You'll get the hang of it.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask. It's definitely
Okay.
a great thing. Is her work going to be challenging? Yeah, because the most important work is challenging.
This summer, I'm working on an email notification for Google accounts, and it's going to be sent out to thousands of users, and it's going to make their accounts more secure.
My code helps developers test their code very efficiently, and that way they can write good, stable code for the product.
You will be working on something that not only our team, the entire Google will see.
Basically, internship is like a good experience towards becoming a full-time hire, right?
The one thing that all the interns definitely have in common is passion and motivation to get these things done, because you don't necessarily have to know everything, but you have to be willing to learn.
Is this your first time at Google?
Yeah!
The week has been unstoppable, restless, a bunch of activities.
Did you bike somewhere?
There's always something new.
Yeah.
And the next activity or the next person that we meet is more exciting than the last.
They do a really, really good job of making you understand the way this place thinks. I think specifically of an exercise we did that gave a completely new perspective on how to brainstorm.
What is brainstorming to you? Tell me what you guys said.
It's focused on learning to put aside your judgments right away and avoid criticizing new ideas that may seem strange to you.
Impossible is not a word that's thrown around very often. I think it helps you imagine. I certainly did not associate imagination with productivity before coming here, but I think this place makes that real.
For the rest of it, I know that there will be a lot of work involved. Maybe some work that I don't know how to do, but a little bit of fear is good.
I do feel a little different after being here for my first week. I guess I've always identified myself very much with the military. I was in the military for 5 years, but I'm starting to see myself as a Googler. I see myself as someone who fits in here. I don't feel like an outsider. I feel googly.
I would say meeting Sergey was definitely one of the highlights in my week, month, maybe year. You know, he's fine, just like stop and shake my hand. You know, then he rode off on his elliptical bike. It's pretty great.
Maybe it is a little early to say that after I've only been here a week or so, but I just feel like there's always going to be something new you're going to learn every day, and that's really the best part about being an engineer.
If this is what being an intern feels like, I'd love to be an intern for the rest of my life.